today is my favorite day of the week. It's back day. I like training back for some reason. I just think it's it's something I'm very strong on. Let's just say that I'm very strong on back. Always have been. So genetically, I've got a good back. And speaking of genetics, let me just tell you one thing now. What you see me do here is just a quick warm up. I'm going to go through it again. And it's just a normal handle. If you can see that handle, yeah, you can. It's not a lat bar handle. If I was in a gym, then yeah, I would use a lat bar handle. But right now, I do have a lat bar handle, but I don't really need it. So there's no point me attaching it when this was there. This handle was already on from yesterday doing my triceps. So I'm just stretching, that's what I'm really doing here. And normally I would warm up with some pull-ups. And if you guys follow me, you know pull-ups is something I do almost every day, at least 5 days a week. So I don't really need to warm my lats. I don't need to fire my lats by doing something like this. I can go straight into the pull-ups, but it is very cold in the UK. And if you're from the UK, or you're not from the UK, you will know, or at least you now know, that in the UK, something we like to talk a lot about, and that's the weather. So it's very cold today, even though it looks like it's very sunny outside. Hopefully I've managed to fix the angle where, not the angle, the aperture I think it's called, something like that, I don't know. Pressed a few dials, twisted a few knobs, and it came out that this area is now no longer dark, and that's overexposed, I think so. So hopefully you can see me and you can hear me a little bit better than the last video, which in this section of the gym was very dark, weirdly enough. So yeah, okay, so that's that, just warm up on back. And we're gonna go and do some deadlifts today. We're gonna do some rows. And I just wanna talk about lat pull downs or any pull down machines or this motion that everybody keeps talking about and this kind of shit. Yeah, let me tell you something about this. Okay, it might be genetics. So I would often say, don't listen to guys with good genetics or guys with a good back and say, how did he build his back? Because chances are he has good genetics for the back anyway. But chances are that he knows something that you guys don't. And the thing that I do know is that pull downs do not build a back. Any amount of pull downs, however heavy they are, do not build a back. If you want to build a back, you want to do pull-ups every single day. Try that for 30 days and then let's see if your back is lacking. That's what I suggest to everybody. So I've always included pull-ups in every single one of my workouts, whether it's a morning workout or another workout. Always do pull-ups. Have I ever done a heavy pull-down machine? No. Have I ever done one of those, well, lat pull-downs definitely not, but any of those isolated lat, cable, one arm, belly twisted, rib cage expanded, going against gravity? No. Garbage. Absolute bullshit. So, okay, that's it, just warm up with that, very, very simple, and I'm gonna go into the pull-up bar. Now I know you probably can't see it, but this is how high my pull-up bar is from the floor. That's because the roof isn't very high, so I've put this strategically at a certain height where I can kind of do pull-ups just about without banging my head. And I get a nice full stretch at the bottom if my knees are bent. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see my knees at the bottom. But if I'm cheating, who cares? But I'm not. So with pull-ups in the back workout, because there's something that I do every single day, I don't go more than 5 repetitions. That was a cobweb there. So 5 repetitions is all I need for pull-ups, and I will just do 3 sets of 5. So my back workout, the majority of my back workout is all rows and deadlifts. That is it, and then I'll do 1 isolation exercise. Very basic back workout, and it's the only back workout that I've been doing for the past 20 years. I've never really changed it, and I feel that I've built my back by doing this basic workout. It's hard, it's effective, but it's basic. And it's what works, to be honest. It's always what works. You have to do what works. If you feel something else works for you, by all means do it. But first, I would say try this, because look, I'm in a phase right now where I want to add muscle. And if there was another workout out there that would make me add muscle, keep me safe, keep me healthy, keep my joints good, I would be doing it right now. I would be doing it. You'd be following along to a workout where I'm showing you how to add muscle. You would be following it. But this is it. Very basic. So I'll just do 3 sets of these, 5 reps, no effort whatsoever. Like literally, you've got to get these to the point where it's no effort. I don't think there is an exercise out there that is better than deadlift. If I could only do one exercise, it would be the deadlift. Just feels good, everything about it. And yes, it's very dangerous, but I think that's what I like about it as well, that it's quite dangerous. And it's always, the first set for me is always very slow. Okay, so I've just seen the biggest spider ever. I have this spray, which is actually called Nope. Protection against spiders, right? And I'm telling you, you need this. If you've got a spider issue, I have a massive spider problem in here. For some reason, somehow, this just kills them. Just to show you guys. Spray this on it and watch what happens. At least I ain't killed it. I've just paralyzed it. I ain't killed it. I ain't squashed it. And that's what I do to all the spiders in here. But yeah, the guy's just there now. Look, he's just chilling. Anyway, back to the workout. So now I'm going to go fast on this set. Speed. It's all about speed, this one. Now you might have seen me at the top thrust my hips out so the bar kind of comes off me. Now I'm deliberately doing that, and the reason why is because I'm doing speed now. When the bar gets heavy, I'm still going to think about that speed, but the speed is not going to be as fast because the bar's heavy. More weight's going to be added, and I remember to push my hips through. So you always have to thrust the hips through, and if you thrust the hips through like this, then you automatically stand up. So don't think of a deadlift like this is the bar and I'm gonna pick the bar up. Don't think of the bar like this. Think of the bar as it's just there in your hands. Don't worry about the bar. Push your feet into the floor, drive your feet down and thrust. So that is what you want to be doing. And the spider's still trying to climb. Gotta rate this guy. Maybe you need some more spray for this dude. For those of you who haven't watched my tutorial video, I bought a 20 kilo plate, which is an Olympic sized plate. It's a 25 kilo, sorry, not 20 kilo, 25 kilo. And then that's a 450 mil. And then the other ones are like 440 or 430, so they can slide on. So the actual contact with the floor is only one plate. That's okay though. Main thing is I can get a good workout, and that's what matters. Otherwise, I'd have to lift one end of the barbell up, load it on, put the jack on the platform. Too much leg work for a bit of deadlifting. And deadlifting takes it out of you anyway, so who wants to be doing extra work when you're deadlifting, especially on your own? Okay, now, still not set one. Still warming up. So your warm-ups change, they get more heavier as you get stronger. So right now, that would have been a working set last week, but now it's a warm-up, so I'll keep going heavier and heavier until I find a good working set. But with deadlifts, always keep the rep range really low, 3 to 5. whether it's a strength cycle or not, just keep it low. The only time it goes above that and maybe into the region of 10 is if you're doing programming. There is a week in the programming where you do 3 sets of 10, which is one of the hardest weeks in the whole program. I think it comes on like week 4 or week 6, and yo, it's a killer. 3 sets of 10 is a killer. And then after that, you have a deload speed week, which is like 8 sets of 2, like 50% of your workload or your 1 rep max or what it should be. And then you go for the heavy lifts. Now, most people don't understand how programming works, especially when it comes to deadlift. Everyone thinks heavy, heavy, heavy all the time. You don't want to lift heavy all the time, you know? You've got to be smart. And even if you are not a powerlifter, and even if you're not trying to break records, and you're just a bodybuilder, and you want to build muscle, and you want to build a good back, I would still do some sort of deadlift programming because it just works. Plain simple, it works. It can build strength, you can add muscle, and technically the stronger you get on a back exercise, the bigger you're going to get. The more load you can carry, the more weight you can manage, the more weight you can handle, the bigger your back muscles are going to be. And if your posterior chain is strong, from the calves up to the hamstrings, to the glutes, to the lower back, to the mid back, to the upper back, to the neck muscles, the trapezius muscles, your forearm muscles, you know, everything is at play. Deadlift is such an important exercise where, for me, it just does the whole posterior. The whole posterior chain, from the ground up, it works. So, and then also, if you want to come above your neck, your brain, it's so important to like, it's one of the only exercises, especially when it comes to heavy weight, where you never get to feel the weight first. So with a squat, you put the weight on your back, you walk out, and all the signals are going through your body going, you know, ding, 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 ding. Okay, this is heavy. We need to flick this on. We need to flick that on. We need to turn this on. Okay, great. But it's an automatic response because when weight is placed on your body knows what to switch on. So for example, if there was a weight pushing me now, I'd know how to stand and I'd know how to fight against it because it's slowly, gradually pushing me. Bench press, you unrack the bar. As soon as you unrack the bar, everything is like, okay, I'm on. Yes, I know to turn this on, need to turn this on. Okay, great. I mean, you go through the mental checklist first, but everything comes in because it's felt the weight. With deadlift, there's no signals. So your brain power, your mind control of each function of your body has to be even more alert because you decide when to go. There's no unrack, okay, now I'm switched on. This is like 0 to 100. You decide. You know, it's amazing if you think about it like that. If you break it down like that, it's the hardest exercise. Mentally, it's one of the hardest exercises, which is why I have a checklist. Feet, place forward, bar, over my laces, grab the handles, kick back, and then I do this little, you'll see it, breathe in, lift my ass up, and then as that ass comes down to the place I'm going to lift, boom, it fires. There's no messing about. Some guys, they will roll the bar. They'll roll it out in front, they'll roll it. The second it touches their shin, that's like, okay, great, flick, boom, we're up. So it's a mental game. It's a mental game, deadlifts. So this is mine, as you'll see. So as you can see, my platform didn't last very long because it's now moving. I'm going to figure out how to pin this down. I don't know if you can see on there, but it's basically just 5 rubber mats. Each mat is about 50 mil. And I just glued them down thinking that would work. Clearly not. So that is set 1. Today it'll be 3 sets of 5. I'm not going to go too heavy. 140. So this is 150 now because of the 5 extras. So 150, 3 sets of 5. Set number 2, and in video, was fairly easy. This is set number 3. I'm just going to show you guys how the last set should look. And hopefully it should look better than set number 2. If not, I've done something wrong. So sorry, it should look better than set number 1 or the same as set number 1. Because I'm ramping up, remember, so this is not new territory for me. It's a new workout program, but it's not new territory. So if you're new to the game, then obviously this is going to be harder. As you progress, things should get harder. But for me, it's muscle memory. It's just coming back. And yeah, I still haven't used hook grip yet. I'm still doing double overhand. It's not hooked yet. It's not heavy enough to be hooked, but it will be hooked. What I might do is, I might do a feeler with 190. We'll see. Let me see how this last one at 150 goes. Okay, so that was the same as set 1 and set 3, as set 2, sorry. But obviously, we'll find out when we watch the video back how far off 1 and 3 was. I'm knackered though, but it's good. It was a nice workout. And sometimes that's what matters. As long as you do the most effective things, heavy and hard, then everything else is fluff. Everything else is fluff. Now, when it comes to back, because I don't do a lot of exercises, there's not a lot of fluff. And you'll see that with the next exercise that I do, which I think is one of the best exercises to build a back. Now, you know how I said deadlifts are a great exercise? If I only was to do one exercise, then the next exercise after this, what I'm going to show you is what I feel for back muscle mass. All out mass. If you want to build mass, then this next exercise I'm about to show you, the way I do it, I don't see many people do it like this. So you're in for a treat. You're going to learn something today. I feel single-handedly is the most effective back builder out there. You'll see it. Oh yeah, where was I? Shall I do it like I said with 190? Or is that ego? No, do you know what? I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one. I don't have a belt on for this one. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my belt. I'm going to do a 190 for 1 with the belt on. Only because I just want to feel the weight. I just want to feel how it is. It's been a while. And let's feel some new weight. But again here, no affiliates. But in my opinion, the best belt on the market, SBD. Can't beat it. Haven't really put it to much use. Bought it just on the back end of when I not retired from competing powerlifting, but yeah, you can say I did. And haven't really used it. I don't know what the max I've done in this. Well, let's see this time round how heavy we can go on it. So where was I now? When did I used to have this? Don't even know. I think it was around about 1, 2. Let's try it there. We don't want to be too tight today. Just want it to be comfortable. Normally, your belt shouldn't be comfortable. It should dig into you a slight bit. That's digging in a little bit too much there. So if I remember, I used to have it further around. Let's see if this is any better. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Right. I haven't even put the plates on. I went to get the belt. Okay then, that's 190 because of the 5 kilo plates. I keep forgetting the 5 kilo plates. Okay, I'm gonna use some chalk. And again, just in my fingertips, because that's where I hold the bar. Oh, I just remembered. This one is gonna be a hook grip. So on the inside of your thumb, just there where the bar's gonna sit. I haven't done hook grip in a long time. So I'm going into the deep end with a 190 hook grip. Trust me, you haven't done hook grip, with your new tilt grips. It hurts like hell for the first few weeks, but it is what it is. Let's go for it. Okay, so that's not too tight, it's comfortable. And the bar needs to be center, which is not, but we'll get there. Okay, there it is. I need to sort this platform out. I don't know if you guys can't see it, but it's all over the place. It's a bit wonky at the minute, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Okay, dodgy platform, but the lift was very easy. I don't know what you guys thought, if it looked easy or not. I didn't feel it anywhere. It was like butter, literally like butter, up and down, no issues. And that's what I like. Now, if you want to know the single most effective exercise to build your back, middle back, upper back, middle lats, lower lats, outer lats, inner lats, whatever the terminology people call nowadays, I don't give a shit, it's the back, okay? You wanna build it? This is the exercise. This is the attachment handle. Not no funky shit. The basic handle that you've probably seen in every single gym that people disregard and throw away because of all these new funky handles that have come out now. This is what you want, okay? Let me show you how it's done. Stand as close as possible to it. That's it, baby. Simple as that. Now, you want to bring this in and touch. Every single rep. Now that is very light. I've tried this theory with many people and I want you guys to let me know, not right now, but in a couple of weeks, if this is the same for you as well. When I was at my peak on this lift, I could deadlift 7 plates per side, 300 kilo, and I could row, T-bar row off the floor, 7 plates on this side for 10 reps, 8 to 10 reps. So I always feel, whatever you can do on this, 8 to 10 reps, is your 1 rep max on deadlift. I don't know if that's true or not, but trust me, I've tried it with many people. I want you guys to also try it and let me know what you can deadlift and let me know what you can T-bar row, but this kind of T-bar row. Oops, I shouldn't have swore there. I'll have to blur that out. Not the fancy shit that you see nowadays. I'm really pissed off about my platform because it's moved, but it's okay for now. I'll just make do, as long as that doesn't hit me. Shit, I knew that would happen. Okay, so the mic, attach it here. So it's a bit close. You guys might sound a little bit loud at the minute, but it is just for this one exercise. And if it's good here, then I might keep it on. But I'm only gonna find that out when I edit the video, when I get back home. Okay. So remember guys, 8 reps on this one. And you probably guessed it, I didn't like doing this in many gyms. One, because of the noise, and second, because certain gym owners, people won't have a designated bar for the T-bar row, and if you were to use a Texas deadlift bar or a Texas bar or any bar that's expensive, people would do this and mess it up. So yeah, I always ask permission first. But I just never really liked doing it, unless it was my own gym. And most of the time I train in my own gym. I still am training in my own gym. That's why I've got my own gym now. But for gym owners out there, or if you are good friends with a gym owner, tell them to get a landmine grappler, a T-bar row like this, and get them to buy a cheap bar. I mean, this bar was £120 or something like that from Body Power. Yeah, from Body Power Fitness Superstore. 120 quid, 120 quid just to do T-bar rows. I will not use this bar for anything else. It's a 32mm knurling for those people who know about bars. Don't like 32mm for anything. I don't like it for squat, I don't like it for deadlift, I don't like it for bench press. I use a 28mm knurling for the deadlift, and I use a 28mm knurling for the bench press. And then barbell curls and shit, that's all done on there. Bar, I don't do barbell rows, so if I did, I would just use the bar there. What else do I use a bar for? I'm going to start doing shoulder press as well on that machine, sorry, on the squat cage. And again, I'll just use 28mm on that. So that pull-up bar is a little bit thick. I think that's a 32, the pull-up bar, or I think it's 32 or 34. I would like a 28 for the pull-up bar. And look, I know most of these numbers, so most people won't have a clue what they're talking about, but for those people who are experienced gym guys like me, or have owned gyms, then you'll know that these things matter, these things count, and you know, it's so basic to get wrong, to be honest, because most gyms don't have it. They just don't have, they don't have the knowledge on this kind of stuff. Whereas in my gym, I knew exactly what to put, where to put it, where to have it, you know, how thick something should be, how it should fit. And that's why nowadays I don't like a lot of machines, because a lot of these machines are made for certain people, where for me, someone who's 5'11", I don't like some machines. I just don't like them. You know, sometimes they're made for shorter guys, sometimes they're made for bigger guys. So old school weights, bro. Old school physique, old school weights, old school training. Look, I'm in my gym now. I will get as good as I've ever been by training in my own gym on the bare basics. I have a squat cage, I have a deadlift platform, I have some dumbbells, and I have a cable crossover machine. And the only reason I got a cable crossover machine is because I can do some lat pull downs, I can do some tricep work, I can do some forearm work, I can do crossovers, which are a garbage exercise, it's not essential. What else can I do on there? And that's it really. So I spent £2,000 on a machine, which I won't be getting much use out of. I don't know why I did that. Come to think of it now, everything on there I could have done with just the bar and, you know, just with the squat cage. If you want to just buy one item, this is what you want to buy. But I'm going to do a whole gym tour later anyway. Try it and let me know. It's the best thing ever. And one of the reasons why I don't do barbell rows and dumbbell rows and other kind of stuff where the bar or the dumbbells is hovering in midair is because how taxing it is on your lower back. Now, okay, granted today my lower back isn't that taxed because I only deadlifted 190. Not really heavy for me. Well, it is now, but relative to what my back can handle. So it's not that fatigued, it's not that, you know, tired. But later on in the weeks to come, my lower back will take a lot of hammering from squats, from deadlifts. So the last thing you want to do when your lower back is fatigued is to hang a weight off it. So if you do barbell rows, you're here and the bar doesn't touch the floor. This is still dangerous, very dangerous. You're doing dumbbell rows, this is still dangerous. So if I was to do dumbbell rows, I'd dead stop at the bottom, dead stop at the bottom. That's how I do it. So there's an exercise called the pendlay row, where you dead stop at the bottom on the row. That's a great exercise. I might start doing that later on, but for now, for the next 3 to 4 months, I will stick to this and get strong on this. Now that was very easy for me, 8 reps on 4 plates, which means I can do, you know, 180 on the bar, which you just saw I did a 190. So what I'm going to do now for my last set, I think I'm going to increase the weight a little bit. I could do 5 plates for 10, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be smart because it's new territory, new weight, getting back into it. We'll just go with a 10 because I can see one here. So that was 7 reps, and I felt my technique was slowly breaking down at the end, which would be the total opposite of what I want to do and what I want to achieve from this session. So I stopped it short, that's it. That's done. Now, in back, there's always fluff work. There's always some time for fluff. And I'm going to do 3 sets of fluff on the cable. So that is the fluff work when it comes to back. You just want to be doing like 3 sets on this, back to back, no rest. Well, I say rest, but like no longer than 30, 40 seconds rest, that's enough. We've done all the heavy stuff. We've done the pull downs, the pull-ups we're going to do every day anyway. So literally there's 2 exercises for back, 2 exercises, 2 main exercises for back, which is deadlifts and rows. We've done the deadlifts really heavy. We're fatigued, we're knackered on the deadlifts. We've done the rows really heavy. What more is there to do? How can you possibly have energy for anything else? If you have energy for another major exercise like dumbbell row or barbell row or a lat pull down reverse grip or lat pull down whatever grip, what are you doing in your workout? What are you doing with the deadlifts? What are you doing with the rows? Clearly not enough. Do more sets, more reps. Don't hop around the gym doing 20, 30 different exercises. And this is not arms, this is not biceps, this is not triceps. I mean, even for then, I don't really do a lot. I mean, I'm gonna give, I don't know how good they look, but I'm gonna give arms a separate, well, arms aren't that great at the minute, but I'm gonna give arms a separate workout. I think I'm not gonna be doing them, you won't see it in this video, you'll see it in a separate video, but I'm just gonna finish this off anyway. This is, so here, you don't even have to go as heavy as well. Just push it down a little bit more. Aim for 8 to 10 reps. So there you have it, guys. That is it, short and sweet. Well, well, not exactly short and sweet, but hard, effective, and simple. Do what works. When this stops working, and if it ever stopped working, why did Ronnie Coleman do a very similar workout all the way up until winning the Olympia and continued it for a very long time? Why did Lee Haney do exactly the same stuff? Why did a lot of the top pros keep doing the same workout if it didn't work? Hadi Choopan, Mr. Olympia right now, if you want to talk about extreme muscle mass, still does deadlifts. Still this day does deadlifts. He's Mr. Olympia. All he has to do is etch out the detail, doesn't he? All he has to do is some funky side cable laterals. But why doesn't he do it? Because he knows this works. He knows this is effective. And I'll tell you something. Speaking of Hadi Choopan, he actually does barbell rows exactly how I do. Now, for those people who think that I might have got this from Hadi Choopan, let me correct you there as well, because if you go on my Instagram, I might even be able to find a picture for you of me doing this exercise, the video of me doing this exercise, before anyone even knew about Hadi Choopan, before anyone even knew about Kai Green, before anyone even knew about anything. Been doing this exercise for a very long time. It's not hard to discover it. You just touch the floor every single time you're doing barbell rows, T-bar rows. It's not hard. So I'm not the pioneer of it, but I definitely didn't copy those guys. Been doing this for a very, very long time. So don't jump on bandwagon saying, oh yeah, Fadi's just jumped on this bandwagon because they're doing it now. No, I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been preaching this for a very long time, and I'm still doing this exercise. So there you go. That's biceps, not biceps, no. That's back. Now I'm gonna do biceps. And I think that's it for this video. I think it's long enough. If you want to see biceps, stay tuned. And if you want to keep seeing me work out like this as I'm getting stronger, as I'm building the physique, and if you want to see my diet as well, if you want to see what I eat, comment down below. I want to hear you guys. Comment below what you want to see from me on these videos. The other videos are still going to be as scheduled. They are not going anywhere. I'm still going to be talking crap. I'm still going to be ranting. I'm still going to be helping you guys free of charge about anything that you need. But if you do want coaching from me one-on-one, click the link below. Let's get in contact. There is also a TRT program, Ultimate TRT program, link in the description. If you can't find any links and you're struggling with anything, hit me up on Instagram, Fadi Hussein 13, hit me up on Facebook, Fadi Hussein, or YouTube, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, and just before I leave, I want to mention one more thing, and it is another thank you for every single person who supports me by just liking or commenting below, or even just watching. Even if you're just a watcher, if you're one of those guys that don't comment, that don't like, they just watch, it's good enough for me, because of that, somehow, some crazy way, within, how long have I been doing this now? I would say since the start of this year. Well, I actually picked it up last December, so coming on 10 months, 4,000 subs, 10 months, and I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I didn't think the growth would be this quick, because I see other people's channels growing, and I see this like 1,000 in the first year, then it takes time and whatever. But I mean, look, I keep pushing out content. You guys can see me, I'm posting every single day. As long as you keep supporting, I'll keep posting.